welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and I'm here with your readings for March the 19th, is it? Yes, through March the 25th. Now I was going to kind of put Pisces to the back of the line, or queue as we say, so to speak. However, they do have one more day left, so I'm going to let them be first again this week, because it's not fair for that last person or those people that's birthday is on the 19th. So happy birthday to those on the cusp, and we're going to do your reading first. Now, first of all, I would like to do the astrological report for this week. We start by, on the 20th, the sun moves into Aries. Now, Aries is the beginning of the astrological year. So this is the first sign of the zodiac for astrologers, and it's the spring equinox. It is the start of everything. So we really will feel that shift of saying goodbye to Pisces and saying hello to Aries. Now, at the same time, Mercury and Venus moved into Aries, and they are actually getting very tightly close together in Aries on the same day. So it's going to be about finances, it's going to be about communications with that, it's going to be about love, communications, relationships. It's a really nice kind of energy on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we have Mercury going retrograde. Now we're already feeling it because we're in the, it's in the shadow of that energy. So I forget what day it actually goes direct, but we'll talk about that later. So it's usually around 3 weeks. So we have this, so it's very important not to sign documents, not to start anything, even though on Tuesday, it's this kind of urge to spring into action. We're going to feel very light. We're going to feel excited about starting things. And if you've already been working on something, fine. That's okay. And definitely make plans. Now, it's really important with astrology that we co-create, right? And the best thing to do when Mercury is in retrograde is to organize, is to clean out old stuff, is to, declutter your mind, is to meditate, declutter. It's very important to kind of work with that energy. You'll get a lot done because people say, I can't get anything done, it's Mercury in retrograde. But if you work with the energies, you'll get a lot done. Now, on Friday, Venus goes square to Pluto, which is not a very good aspect. Pluto is, kind of the underworld, the shady. It's kind of what's going deep on inside secrets. And Venus going square to Pluto, we could find out secrets about our lovers, or, maybe find someone that's not been very honest with us, or we haven't been honest with ourselves about the relationship we're in, or so it's not the best energy ever. But having said that, things could come to light that we need to know. Something shady going on in terms of our partners, and we could be moving out of a relationship or moving into a relationship. It's very death and rebirth, so it's about change as well. And also we have the sun in Aries going in a moving into a challenging aspect to Mars in Capricorn. Now, Mars has been playing a big role. People have been very frustrated, have been, snappy, irritated. It's very important not to react during this time. And we're going to have that urge to react. So it's important to kind of breathe and then hold back, think before we speak. Listen, the energies, astrology is about the energies that are coming in, and we can co-create with the energies, so we can use these energies to our benefit, especially when we know that they're coming in. So we know that, look, people are going to push our buttons. Perhaps we're going to be irritated, we're going to be a little short, we're going to be a little wanting to burst out and say inappropriate things perhaps, but it's important to really kind of not react but respond during this time. And if we're aware of it, we can avoid the pitfalls. Or when we do act out on it, go, aha, no, I knew that. Why did I react like that? So anyway, guys, I want to really thank you. I want to thank my patrons who support me, and they're my biggest fans, and I really appreciate them. I have started a Patreon page, guys. If you would like to become a patron, show a little bit of love. It's not a lot of money, it's a little bit, and it would really help me put out more content, because I have all these amazing ideas, and it's just about getting them out there with the right equipment, the right software. And I have these tiers of rewards. So check out my Patreon page. There are some public posts, and then there are things on that page that I just put out for patrons only, so they get all these wonderful things. And you can suggest, go to my Patreon page and suggest different rewards. I'm very open to constructive criticism and brilliant ideas. What would you like to see as a reward if you became a patron? So guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like it, share it on your social media, comment. I read every comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah! And let's go to your cards. Pisces, this is your last week. I know last week I said it was your last week, but then I thought it's one more day. I've got to give you another week. It's not fair for those whose birthdays are on the 19th. So here we are. Happy birthday to all you Pisceans on the cusp of Aries. And let's go to your first card. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Someone's in pain. This is interesting. I'm not sure if you got this last week, or perhaps Aries, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But look at that. That is a deep, deep pain, right? That's a pain that is so buried deep that I always say to people, look, this is like heartache, right? Somebody breaking your heart, somebody betraying you, a friend betraying you. This is like very deep rooted. Now, the thing is I always say, usually it's not really about the person that you're in pain over. This is the person's actions have kicked up feelings that are very deep rooted in you. And that's why you're feeling this pain. Some of you, it's a general reading, guys. If you want a personal reading, the information will be in the description box below. This is for your sun, moon, and rising too, so you can find the links to those videos below too. Now, this pain, when this card comes up, it's saying, look, it's time to really look at this pain, and the only way that you can move on from this pain is to actually feel it. Take it into your heart, embody this pain. Feel it, cry it out, darling. Water, see the tear? That's very Piscean. Just allow the water to flow. Cry it out. Release and move on. Now, I'll tell you why you're going to move on, because clarifying that is the Ace of Spring, darling. And it is spring. It's the spring equinox. It's like springing into action. We're going to kind of feel that. And we're going to feel that kind of passion from, Venus going in, Venus already in Aries, but Venus moving next to Mercury. Look at that. So when this card comes in for you, when the Ace of Spring comes into a reading, it's about action. This is like the spark, the beginning of a flame, something very passionate. It's about your career. It's about making money, if you are self-employed, this is about taking action, right? I always say spring into action. This is the ace. This is the beginning. So whatever you're doing is really paying off, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful beginning to something very passionate. Now, the next card that comes up, but you must release that pain, darling. You've got to look at that pain and release that deep-rooted pain within you. Now, look, we have the Queen of Wands. This is about confidence, darling. This is about confidence. This is about passion. She's like an incredible businesswoman. She's an amazing wife. She's a wonderful mother. She's a career oriented. She's one of those women that can do everything, right? She's got it all. She's got the business, the career, the husband, the children, and she seems to just effortlessly manage it all. And she's the most incredible, what's the word I want? Hostess, right? She can throw a party like no one else. Now, so she's extremely passionate. And when she shows up in a reading, it can mean one of two things, or one of several things, but it's definitely about confidence, but it's also about, have fun, because she's a fun lady. This is saying accept any invitations that you get this week, Pisces. It's definitely important for you to go out, and it's like a networking. You're going to be seen, you're going to be rallied around, people are going to love you, they're going to be drawn to you. Now, clarifying that is the Prince of Spring, right? Now, the Prince of Spring is about, this is like really moving forward. I have a feeling that things are really kind of moving forward. Now, the Prince of Spring is this, knight in shining armor come in. This could be a passionate affair. Now, this is the thing about relationships right now. Yes, they're very passionate, and you're going to feel, it's almost like you feel you've known them for a long time. And so you're kind of like, yeah, I've known this person a long time. And so you kind of jump into bed with them, right? It's that kind of energy. And that's great if you can cope with that. If that's okay with you and you just want to have fun, that's great. But Pisces, you can't just do this. No matter how much you lie to yourself, you can't just jump in. See, the relationships that kind of start around this time, this week, kind of don't have staying power. So they're very fast and heavy and passionate and so exciting, right? Look, he's coming in and it's amazing. But with, Venus in Aries is not kind of comfortable, Venus in Aries. I mean, she's very coquettish and she's like flirty and, this kind of energy doesn't kind of have staying power this week. So, okay, so maybe it does, right? But it's not if you jump into bed with them. So it's important for you to hold back and get to know this person, right? Because sometimes all that glitters isn't gold. So we have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, darling, indicates somebody's not quite what they seem to be. So I am not saying that this person isn't isn't honest, but in a way they're not, because they're telling you what they want you to hear, right? The kind of guy that you're going to meet or girl that you're going to meet this week is somebody that's just going to say all the right things and look the right way and passionate, and you're like, oh my God, this is like, I've hit the jackpot, right? But they're really not the jackpot. They're slipping out in the morning before you wake. Sometimes with your wallet. But be aware, darling. Don't jump into bed with whomever you meet this week. It's not the right thing to do. So have the confidence and the wherewithal to know that you are worth a lot more than a one-night stand or a quickie. You deserve more and you're worth more. Now, clarifying the Seven of Wands is the Ace of Spring. So this is definitely, first of all, when the Ace of Spring comes in, it's about, listen, you are intuitive, Pisces. Trust your intuition and your gut feeling, because you're going to know what this person's about, really. Take the blindfold off. Don't get so excited, because we are going to feel that passion, right? This week, we're going to feel it. Don't forget, Mercury's going into retrograde on Thursday. Remember that. And this is about trust your intuition and your gut feeling. This is telling you you're gonna know. You know, Pisces. No one has to tell you. You are intuitive. You do have psychic abilities. You're very connected to spirit. You're going to know. So I have a feeling that somebody might come in for some of you. But this person may kick up old feelings. But I have a feeling that you're going to get some opportunity as well in terms of business. And just try not to sign any contracts. If you do, look over it 2 or 3 times. Get a lawyer. You've got to be very careful about signing contracts or any kind of legal papers this week. So you can prepare things, double check, but the thing is that when we're in the shadow side of, we're coming into Mercury in retrograde, what happens is that, it's already affecting us, like electronics are probably going off. We're going to feel that, right? And also, the energy is already there, because Mercury goes stationary and then goes retrograde. So it's very, we're feeling that energy right now. Now, I decided, because of, it wasn't even because of that, but I just thought, spring, romance, right? So I'm pulling out the romance angel cards for you, Pisces, as your extra card. And let's see what the romance angels have to say for you. What messages? Oh, wait, those too many fell out there. Okay. What do the romance angels have to... Oh, there it is. Oh, interesting. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, that's interesting, because I always say, look, this is a deep-rooted issue. This is really from childhood, parents kind of thing. And then the rejection from someone can kick this up again and again and again. It's, as Eckhart Tolle always says, the pain body, right? We recreate the pain body. We choose partners that are going to bring us back to this. And we're in that cycle. So it's time to heal. And this is a perfect time for healing and releasing. This is the time you want to heal that broken heart, right? And move on. So this is healing family issues is what you've got. And this is said your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this is inner work that you have to do, darling, because you've got to deal with this. Look, I always say to my clients, it's got very little to do with this person who's brought you to this pain, but more from your childhood and from deep-rooted issues. Though his actions or her actions have brought you to this pain, brought you back to this pain. So we keep revisiting the same pain, right? I don't know if any of you, like, I kept a diary for many, many years. I don't do it so much now, but I probably should. Occasionally I do. And I was looking at some really old entries. I found this old book and I was looking at it, and it was talking about this deep pain I was going through over this guy, and it was just, I was devastated and I couldn't take it. Do you know, I don't even know who that guy was. I can't even remember who it was. Even the name, I'm like, that doesn't even ring a bell. So it just goes to show that pain that we feel when when you look at it, you're like, it's really, the person is inconsequential. I don't even remember that guy, right? I don't remember him. What I do know is that he kicked up a very deep what's the word? Abandonment, pain within me that I felt as a child, obviously. So, I'm from a family of 6 children. Of course I felt abandoned. There wasn't enough of my mum and dad to go around. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, Pisces. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.